Alrighty. I think we're doing it live now. Marco. What is it, honey? Where'd you even go? All right. Mustache rub. Now we're doing it live. All right. Rise and shine. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, that's good. Bangers and mash. Hey, what are you crying about? No. She might be crying and screaming because her little bed had to be picked up off the floor because it's been raining so much that we're taking on water in the basement. I know, the studio's flooding. Girl. Well, the studio's not. The other side of the basement. Too much water. Too much water. Underground. So, it's coming running down my floor. Streaking. Possum. A lot of things. Just let me cry, bro. Oh no. Why are you crying, Possum? Oh, or maybe it's just Marco. Marco, she's got a lot of stuff on her mind. She says, first foremost, my coffin bed got wet. My dad picked up everything in the basement, picked up all the rugs on that side of the basement, picked up all that 5x7 beanbag that Margot likes to sleep in, put it on top of our couch. You can see behind me there's a giant floof. That's a giant beanbag. Also played with the Countess. Yes. Margot. Yes. Well, great. And now my wife has COVID. What'd you say? Okay. Are you, so you are calling in? Okay. No, thank you, baby. Love you. Bye, Margot. You go check on your mom. Okay. That's a real time right there. You can't get this on not live TV. I found out, you found out with me, Possum. My wife has COVID. That would have been a lot more serious like 5 years ago, and it wouldn't have been as funny. It's not funny now. It wouldn't have been funny at all then. Be like, oh, my wife might die. But nope. Margot's upset because the shoe bed got wet. Sorry, not the shoe bed, her coffin bed. That sucks. Hopefully she feels better soon. Yeah, no, I think she should be. Also, I'm not trying to be sensitive about the COVID. We thought that she had COVID because all of her coworkers have COVID. She works in the legal system, so they are there, rain and shine. A lot of them have kids. We don't have. We have fluffy children. So when their kids get sick, I get sick because my wife gets sick because all of her coworkers get sick. So I try to avoid being sick by not having children. Look at it. They're still getting me sick. As Mr. Krabs says, what have the children ever done for me? Just donate to the Children's Fund. What have the children ever done for me? I love SpongeBob. When am I going to do today, Possum? Okay, I need to focus. Got real thrown off by finding my basement with water in it. It's not as bad as it has been. Before, it's been really bad. It sucked, but I prepared last night and I moved everything but the culprit bed. Okay, so that's looking good and nasty. I think we need definitely go further in on that. Those skin tones. Probably need to go into the legs a couple more times with that. Arms missing. Got some stuff. You were going to contemplate Monster of the Week videos. Oh, yeah. I was going to contemplate Monster of the Week videos. Man, that's a good idea. Wait. I wish I kind of had my camera where you could see that, because I picked up that brush and it flew out of my hand. It looked real cool, but I didn't catch it. It wasn't really cool. But it was like doing a hand trick if your hands don't work. Contemplate Monster of the Week videos. Yes, that's probably what I was talking about yesterday, I think. Or was it I was talking about having a stream where I tried to make a monster? I don't remember. I would love to contemplate that. Possum, I'm curious now, because I'm trying to think, when I find that former me, I like to leave myself notes sometimes, actually a lot of times. And I often have to leave an explanation, because there's I have no idea what I meant by that. But that is actually how I can come up with some fun things sometimes, because I feel like that's what I meant, but it's not what I meant. And now here we are. But you were talking about making a video showing your process of making monster and same. Yeah, okay, no, so that was that. I just did a completely different thing right there, where I was like, but what if I looked at other people's monsters? And I was like, that's a good monster. That would be fun, but that would take a lot of time, and I'm really not good at that. I would get so distracted so quick, and the next thing I know, I'm not even looking at monsters. And then I would have possibly a video showing why my Instagram algorithm looks like it does. And that would show just essentially a bunch of really horrifying, disturbing flesh monsters, a lot of cats, a lot of cosplayers, apparently. I don't know. My wife says it's because of what I look up. I disagree, simply because I don't look up cosplay, because I don't know enough to look it up. I think it's just the algorithm trying to sell me things. But you can't buy a cosplayer in America. You can probably buy them elsewhere. Don't buy people. That reminds me of when I was in high school, and I was at my wife is coming. But maybe not. She's doing something else. True. That is true. Yeah, it reminds me of when I was in high school. I lived at a games workshop for a summer in North Carolina, Concord, North Carolina. It's a Mills Mall. Mills Malls are huge, but it was a really small little Games Workshop store in one of those Mills Malls that I hung out every day for a summer when I was in high school, staying at my grandparents'. But this all comes down to me talking about the guy that was there. He's like, yeah, it's like when I went out of country, and there was this guy that was trying to sell me all these trinkets that were made of ivory. And the other guy that worked there was just like, he was like, dude, that's so messed up. That's so messed up. He's like, you were actually thinking about buying like a trinket made of like ivory? And he was just like, well, I was just thinking about it. And he's like, dude, what the hell? That's so messed up. And he's like, yeah, there was another guy there trying to sell me a kid. And he was like, oh shit, how much? And it's just like, so you're okay with buying a kid, but ivory's where it crosses the line. That's the joke. Not even really a joke. It's just a thing that I heard that someone said. Don't buy children. Unless you want children. In which case, good. That's good for you. I'm not trying to judge people's what they like. I need to leave my opinions about things out of it. I'm just here to paint awful dick demons. And I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. I know I was contemplating the Monster of the Week video, and I think that that's a good idea. I do think that that's one that I definitely want to do. I think I'm just kind of still waking up, and I gotta get the crazy out. Sometimes. And I think a quick way to do that, maybe we'll be switching to some skin tones. I don't know. I feel like I'm still waking up and I've kind of lost where I am on this. But I know there's so much that still needs work. I'm trying to pick up exactly which spot to pick up at. I'm going to go with black. No, I'm not, because black is going to... I'm not going to go with black yet, because I'm still going to need to touch up other stuff with black later. So I might go into flesh tones still. It's difficult because we're getting to the point where I got... Okay. That was making me really anxious. I have knocked one of those Liquitex ink bottles over before and it sucks. Flush. I think that's right. Thank you, Possum. I think you're right. I think I just need to get to doing the flash. And I think I need that tom-tom there. The old Tommy Tom needs some love. So I'm gonna give it some. Things just feel right when I'm using the vortex mixer. Not physically, but spiritually. The vibrations are okay. That don't really do anything for me. Thought about something just now, but that's not a good choice. I don't remember how much vortex mixer is. Should look that up though. Whatever that costs. That was a choice that was a good choice. I don't regret that purchase. Really like my vortex mixer. Yeah, cool spot when you touch it. Anyhow. Yeah. It's so wide that like when I go to pick it up to like try to paint on the stomach, it's like I don't think you can see. Majority of this though is going to be covered in mud, so I don't want to go spend too much time under here. But it does need some coloration. Yeah, The cat boys that I made in Texas, we just used Vallejo Muddy Ground for the basing. Uh, just globbing that on. I like the Muddy Ground a lot. I brought a board with me uh, for the Visterion event that pretty much it's not covered in Vallejo Muddy Muddy Ground because I'm not made of money. It's mainly sand and I mean all of my regular kind of grit shenanigans. And some Vallejo wet ground, like kind of mixed, watered down, smeared all over. So I was reading Age of Rot by Strange House today at work, and there was a monster dime that I think you would crush if you made a model of it. Oh, I would love to hear about that. Age of Rot by Strange House. Okay, make a note. Age of Rot by Strange House. Doo doo doo. Age of Rot. A Strange House. Yeah. Got a little note list of things that I write down on stream to look at. I'm afraid that might be a little too much, but I think it's gonna light up. Come on, lighten up. It'll light up. It wouldn't have. I think I had messed up, but I fixed it. So, man. Let's see. It's called the Hearse, and it's a big spindly leg monster with like a carriage. Oh, I love that. That sounds wonderful. Um, yeah, that sounds like something I would love. The Hearse. Spindly. I love a good spindly. I love spindly things. Love spindly things. I love things with lots of teeth. I really like the Smile Monster. Uh, that was one a recent film monster that I really liked. Or demon, I guess. I think it's a demon. Hmm. Yeah. No, I needed to do more skin tones. That was definitely what was right. Thank you, Possum. Sometimes I really do wish that it would dry with like the exact same consistency or texture that like I can put paint on because like when it looks like milk in certain spots, you're like, man, that looks really gross, and that would look really good if it would look like that. But then when it dries, it doesn't. So trying to remember what it looks like and trying to figure out how to get that with paint, how to get the wet, too much water in my paint look from dry paint. It's frustrating, but I think we can do it. Especially when the thing that you're wanting is like over watered milk consistency. That's not typically, most people don't want that. But I stand firm. Most people don't know what they like. Don't knock it till you try it till you love it, is what I always say about things. When someone typically says, I don't know if I like that thing. And I'm like, well, hey, don't knock it till you try it until you love it, okay? And then they're like, okay. which I realize that that's essentially just saying just keep doing it until you do like it, which was when I first started to drink beer. I did not care for IPAs, and that is the advice that my friend Sean, my roommate, former roommate, gave me was, yeah, just drink more. Yeah, you gotta drink more IPAs until eventually you like them. And it's just like, that is absolutely correct. And I think, I guess, maybe coffee. There's a lot of stuff out there that are, there's a term for it, and it will pop in my head probably when I'm doing something completely unrelated, and I'll feel compelled to say it. Acquired taste. Just a bit like here and there. Okay. Hi, Marco. I don't know if you can see Marco from here. Hey. Hi, Princess. How are you? You holding the fort down back there? Don't let the gerblins in. Marco is not even a. She is the premier extinction event of all gerblins in our basement. It used to be overrun, and then Marco showed up. And with her trusty hammer, she bashed them until they don't exist anymore. She took all their little bones and she made a throne. Mm-hmm. It's true. I know. I'm telling them your lore. Everybody's got lore. Marco's lore is really cool. I know. You're like a blood paladin. I know. It's like a paladin like that worships bloodshed itself as like a god. It's kind of like a world eater. Nothing needs to be corrected in anything I just said, apparently. She has no comments. All that is true. You heard it here. Marco confirmed, former world eater, Gerblin Smasher, living extinction event. Yeah. You are. Is it because you're so tough and scary? You tough and scary like your dad. Oh. Oh no. Oh no! The thing I used to make shit fix my chair broke. Alright, sorry, pause. Just 1 second. So my chair has a hole. I've got to put a pin in. And I don't want to buy a new chair. Like, I refuse to buy a new chair. So, instead, I've been making this one work. DIY. I'm way too half asleep for this. My brain doesn't work. Okay. Shit. I'll tell you that later. I didn't realize she was so hardcore. Yeah, Margot goes real hardcore. I just can't get off my chair or it'll... Margot, I can't pick you up now. I just got back in the chair. Well, can you jump up here? Please? I don't want to get off the chair. It might mess up. Please? I'm gonna do my best. Okay. Girl, the claws. We've already made Possum watch us try to fix a chair. Yeah, okay. I apologize for all that, Possum. Back to work. Girl, if you hop down, I'm not picking you back up. We're not doing that all day. That legitimately is how my workday goes when I work from home. Is I just get screamed at and asked to be picked up all day long, and then eventually I do it, and then they hop down, and then they scream at me again. I'm talking about you and your siblings. You're rotten. You're a product of your environment. It's not your fault. You're dropping frames. Where's my connection pad? Oh shit. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I am, but I might have been. Dropped frames. 0.1%. It looks like I'm pretty good. It looks like we're going pretty good. I'm thinking. I think I'm good. I think it might be your connection, Possum. Okay, cool. Or it might have been me. It might have been me. It might have been me dicking around with Margot. It could have been. There's all kinds of factors. Sorry. Didn't mean to dick around with my chair. When something messes up, it's really hard to not just try to fix it right then and there. Because I'm like, if I don't deal with it, remember it. Honey. Hey, Marco. If you hop down, she might be. That is not completely in her lore yet, but that might just be like a thing that, yeah, like her existence. It's one of those things. Like I'm trying to remember. Say they call it like Hoarfrost or like Geller Frost, but it's like right before like a demonic incursion, that kind of stuff. The internet goes all sideways, and you start like seeing your breath when you talk whenever Margot's in nearby. I like that a lot. She is good. She's the Jumbo. The good Dolly Jumbo. Every day is a gift. An opportunity to kick today's ass harder than the day before. Namaste. Buddha. The Dolly Jumbo. For a while, I got really big into taking Buddhist quotes and putting really half-assed spins on them, making them things that Margot would say, and then putting them at the top of our calendar as like an inspirational quote. And that was the last one that I had from Margot. But that was, each morning is a gift, the opportunity to kick today's ass harder than the day before. Namaste. Buddha. Quote. The Dolly Jumbo. It's kind of like the Dalai Lama, but it's the Dolly Jumbo because sometimes Margot goes by Jumbo, spelled with a G, sometimes spelled just Jumbo. That joke has really, really kind of like gone all over the place from its original humble beginnings. Speaking of Margot, there is a big part of COVID for us was getting, I guess, I don't remember the company, but there's a company that They will take your pictures and they will put them on things like there's a monthly gift. You just pay for like shipping or whatever. Or if you have X amount of photos in this like server or whatever. My wife does it. Anywho, Shutterstock. I don't know. I don't know what the gift is, but what the company is. If you use them to have pictures printed and sent to you, they also have like a special monthly gift. One monthly gift was a ornament that we had. We of course used a picture of Margot. One was a blanket, but we got really into getting pictures of Margot, specifically crazy pictures of Margot, put onto things. And knowing that another human being had to look at them. But we have a big print of her making a crazy scrunch face. It's actually the picture that I've used on here, that crazy picture. For one of my stills I used of her kind of like, that's the face that when you walk into our house, it's like the first picture you see. So you know what you're getting into. You know the people that you're going to have to deal with. But yeah, we got that. There was something else. There's somewhere that I was going with this. The jumbo. I lost it. I don't remember. Yep, that's skin tone. All right. Now, underneath there, I don't think I'm going to try to hit. Because... Oh, no, I do remember now. I remember where I was going with that. My buddy Sam, we got him a shirt that is the most convoluted of inside jokes. It's a picture of Margot, and she looks completely crazy, like a deranged Muppet. And the shirt says, "Look, Dad, I'm Jim Henson." And it is a convoluted inside joke because Margot goes to her tower before she goes to get in it for bed, and she does this thing where she will like put her hand on the top part where you sleep and then like her other hand on like the body of it, and she'll go and she'll hit them at the same time. And when she does this, it looks like how Tim Henson, not Jim Henson, Tim Henson, the guitarist of Polyphia, in the video Goat, he plays part of it while sitting in a chair while holding the guitar up. So it looks like he's doing that thing. So when Margot runs in there and goes, "Hey, look," the joke is she thinks that Jim Henson, the creator of the Muppets, Tim Henson, the frontman of Polyphia, my favorite guitarist, are the same person, and combines them into one. She thinks that not only is he in Polyphia, he also makes puppets, and is the creator of Big Bird. She's a big fan of Big Bird. So he has a shirt that says, "Look, Dad, I'm Jim Henson," and it's just this deranged picture of Margot. And nobody except like my wife and I have any idea what this shirt would mean or could mean, because it's like an inside joke about my cat not understanding that the guitarist of Polyphia is not the guy who invented the Muppets. That's the long rambling joke. It's not the best. All of this started, our desire to have things with pictures put on them started with, I think we sent Greg Wire a gift. It was a blanket, a 5x7 blanket of a picture of the two of us, myself and Greg, standing in it's like a little alcove, but it's an alcove in the wall that they built in our local town's mall. It's the wall that they built to close down half the mall instead of like fixing the roof. And that's why I say that there's like mole men in our mall. But yeah, we sent him a 5x7 blanket of the two of us standing against this wall. It's just it's a very absurd blanket that Greg has, but he shared a picture of it the other day. And I laughed so hard because I completely forgot. Just like, oh yeah, Greg has a very large blanket that has a picture of the two of us standing in an alcove at the Mole Men gate. The gate of the Mole Men. That's good. Yeah. Earlier I was like, well, I'm kind of going through the motions. I'm just kind of on autopilot. A good chunk of the time I am on autopilot, especially if I'm talking. So earlier I was like, man, I'm just kind of going on autopilot. Hope this works out. It's working out. It's working out. Margot lore goes deep. It does. I'm sorry. I'm just incessantly talking. If you don't want to hear me babble about Margot and imaginary things, I can change the subject. We can talk about whatever. Which, yeah, also, if you have any subjects that you would like to discuss, any topics, anything, while I'm doing this, anywhere you would like to choose to derail what I'm talking about, let me know. I'll be right back up on my nose, and it's going to be loud, and I don't want to deafen you, and I also don't want to be like, hey, and I've got bugs everywhere. So, chair, don't freak out. Okay, I'm back. I did send you a Discord DM with a picture of the monster I was talking about. Man, thanks, Possum. Your stream of consciousness. That is true. Discord. Possum. Of course. Oh, I like that. Unsettling mechanical carriage that moves with a will of its own. Roaming through the cursed land with a coachman of horses. Without a coachman of horses, or horses, it is told to be perhaps long ago. A reclusive wizard obsessed with death. I love that. I would love to make something like that. This is from I sent a friend request. Awesome. Yeah. No, that looks awesome. And that is from. Just hold on. Come on, hands. Strange. Oh, Age of Rod. Age of Rod. That sounds so familiar. I want to say that one of the guys from the Kentucky hobby group hit me up and was asking about that, but I might be thinking of the Scab steamer stuff. That was another thing recently that people have been talking to me about. No, that looks awesome, and I'd love to mess with that. Yay! I'm a Discord guy. I understand now, like, oh, okay, why people love Discord so much. I think a lot more people are like at their computers than I am. I think being someone that does not play, I broke that just to explain what just happened there. I broke one of those little pieces of wood on the hair. This one, just to show you a little bit of the old cheating, this guy is not actually attached to the skull. He is literally, I think I just shoved it into the hair. Same thing with this one. They are not actually attached to the skull. That one might be. But they're just kind of stuffed into the hair and then glued. It's a hollow press book. I love hollow press. Yeah. That might be why I might know about it more. I do like hollow press. I love RPG books. The book of I want to say Golb. Is it Golb? I want to say it's Golb, but that doesn't seem right. Golb sounds like it would be Adventure Time, but I can find out. Reach the Roach Code, because I purchased it. It is called The Book of Gaub, Gaub. Gaub. It is a. It's not hollow press. It's Lost Pages. But I like Lost Pages and I like hollow press a lot. If I remember correctly, I'm gonna look it up right now. Age of Rod. Age of Rod. Hollow press. Bam. Do I know what this is? Yes, I do. I have seen this. Okay. Hollowpress.net. Yeah, no, I know what I'm talking about. Okay. This looks familiar. Yes. Yes. Yep, that's why. Okay. I know it because of John Blanche. John Blanche and the Voodoo Forest books. I was like, Hollow Press. Hollow Press, I know that. I do. That would be all the. Yes. All Plastiboo Vermi. Vermis. Plastiboo. Placebo. Domingo. Police Academy. All right, man. I feel like I did not get shit done on this stream, but I did have a little bit of a wild morning. But with my basement being wet, they say that they're going to fix this. Not in my basement, but like there is a local initiative of the city. They're putting in like a block over big pipe to run all this extra groundwater out because yeah, so what happens is it rains too much, the water table in like my neighborhood gets too saturated, so like all of our basements get hyper hyperstatic pressure flooding. Hyperstatic pressure. I'm pretty sure that's the term. It's when the foundation of your house, the walls, like here's the ground, here's the wall, where that meets up it is not open because it's it's sitting on top there. However, the pressure of the water and everything can cause water to come in. Uh, like I don't have like holes in the walls and stuff. It's just too much water in the ground. It's coming through, and I could get it waterproof, but it only happens like once every blue moon. But now we are at the point where it's just like okay, well they've now fixed it, but now we're talking about trying to get the basement finished. So not finished, but partially finished. I'm also very DIY. I redid our bathroom, which sucked. It only sucked. Well, it sucked for a lot of reasons. The main reason that it sucked, the number one reason, was that my house was built in 1949. Rain in basements. What are those? Yeah. Are you? Let's see. I'm not sure where you are from, Dawson. I know you are in the U.S. because you work at Lowe's. At least I don't think Lowe's is out of. Wait a minute, maybe you don't. I don't know where you're based, Possum. But yeah, rain. It's been raining a bunch, starting yesterday, and then today and tomorrow. I like having a basement. I've always been a basement dweller. Not like at home, but at like my friends' homes. I like was definitely a kid that was like, oh, I'm gonna go to my friend's house every weekend. I like to go out and do things, hang out in basements, be nerdy. I'm a basement dweller. We did not have a basement growing up, but we did have a cellar, and oh boy, that was creepy. SoCal. All right. Very chill, very chill. When I was at Adepticon, there was a guy from California that was talking about how he's jealous that nobody in California has like a state next to them to have beef with. And like, it was just like, so I wanted to show up at Adepticon and like find somebody from like New England so I could like develop beef with them and I'll pretend that like I'm from, I don't remember what, I think he said Rhode Island. I think it was Rhode Island. He says, yeah, are you from Rhode Island? I don't remember. There was a specific place that he asked me. He was like, hey, are you from blank? And I was like, oh, no, I'm from Kentucky. And he was like, oh, and I was like, why? And he was like, oh, I'm from California. We, get a little jealous because the East Coast has like all these states that like, they don't like the state next to them. And I was like, I don't know if that's true. And then I immediately said, actually, fuck Indiana. So yeah, he was right. And I feel like everybody that I know, at least in Kentucky, feels the same way. They're just like, yeah, fuck Indiana. It is what it is. But he was just talking about how he did not have that. And I was just like, oh man, that sucks. So I was trying to help him. I was trying to help orchestrate that for him without him knowing. Like, so I found Greg and I told him, I was like, Greg, there's this guy. He really wants to have a beef with like a neighboring state, but he's from California. He doesn't get it. And Greg's like, oh, yeah, I would love to help. So Greg walked with me in there, and he asked Greg, he's like, hey, are you from, I can't remember this, Rhode Island? He asked, are you from blank? And he said, yeah, I am. Are you from, and asked the other state that the other guy was asking for. And he was like, yeah. And he was like, fuck you. And that's when the guy looked at me and he was like, ah, oh, you told him. And I was like, yeah. He appreciated that I was trying to help him out, but he wanted it to be natural. And I get that. It did not happen naturally. I don't think you can. I mean, you could. Everything's crazy. Who knows what happens? Anyhow, but that's a crazy tangent. Not really a good story. But that was a guy from Southern California that I met that I thought was very funny. And I thought, hey, man, good on you. He wanted to start a fight with a stranger based on the implication that they were from a state that he didn't like. But it was all made up. It's like role playing. Kind of deranged, but I like it. Honestly, I think it's most states saying fuck California. I don't. I'm going to be real. California seems like an imaginary place for the most part. Like, and my wife and I talk about that, especially not California, LA specifically. LA sounds like just imaginary place based on everything that everyone has told me that lives there. But yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, at the same time, like my friend Amy, she lives in California and she's staying out there. She and my buddy Ed moved out there, but when he passed, she stayed, which I thought was interesting because like her family, I think it's here, but I don't know. I'm trying to talk about her business. California, I've never been. Furthest west I've ever been is Texas. That much further west. Awesome. Do you like Lucero? I feel like you would probably like Lucero if you like punk folk. Specifically old Lucero, because I really like old Lucero. I had a very alt country phase for a while. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited right now, Possum. If you like punk folk, I think you will like Lucero. Specifically, the album Tennessee. The album Tennessee is so good. Oh shit, it's so good. Honestly, everything until I think Women in Work. Women in Work was the last album. I liked Tennessee and Texas and Tennessee was an EP. That was the last thing I liked from them. Yeah, Lucero. Man, to give you an idea, if I go to see Lucero and Ben Nichols, which is their frontman, is not blackout drunk, I'm mad. If the rest of the band is also not blackout drunk, I'm furious. They are the ultimate in sad bastard music. Like my girlfriend or my wife, my second wife ran off with my best friend kind of vibe, like that. Real just like down on your luck, pity party kind of music. I just spit, didn't mean to. But yeah, no, I love Lucero. My coworker has a tattoo that he's very ashamed of that I love so much, and I'm like, dude, that's the best tattoo you've got. But it says "drink till we're gone," but it's like they did not do the right "were," so it's like "drink till we're gone," and it's a Lucero quote that he got tattooed on him while he was blackout drunk. And I'm just like, no, that is the best tattoo here. Like, if you're getting a Lucero tattoo, you should be blackout drunk. And you need to wake up and be like, oh, hell yeah. And then regret it decades later. So no, yeah, he's right. He's right. He's doing the right thing. Yeah, they're good. I love Lucero. Uh, if someone broke your heart, they will help. They will help fix you. Uh, it's just nothing but sad songs, sad bastard music. Well, also there is a episode of Dragged into Turbo Lasers where I think Johnny and I rant about someone hitting on an underage girl in a song. It is this band. Um, it is not good. That's not good. I'm not saying this is good. The song is weird. It's I am absolutely not okay. It's fucking creepy. I'm guessing that when he was freshly 20 something, he found a girl that he was like, oh man, she's hot, but she's like 16. And it's just like, okay, dude, I can say, yeah, you can be like, oh yeah, she's cute. Oh, but she's 16. Oh, okay, well, that's kind of creepy. I'm done. That's how you handle that situation. You're like, oh, okay, my bad. You don't write a song about it. Never Say Surrender. I'm going to have to look them up. Never Say Surrender. They will go on my list. Never Say Surrender. These days, I mainly listen to a lot of rap and instrumental music. But I used to listen to a lot more alternative. I still listen to a lot of alternative stuff. I mean, my favorite band's Polyphia. After that, it's probably still brand new, which, talking about, separating art from artists, again, I love brand new. Jesse Lacey Can Be a Monster. Yeah, their music is what I love, not the people. Same thing with me. If you like my art, that's fine. You don't have to like me. And you don't have to like my art if you like me. I need a napkin. There we go. Man, I gotta fix this chair. It's the same front man as Lost Dog Street Band. I have not, but that's fun. I like a good Lost Dog Street Band name. That's fun. Oh no. Well, Possum, it is 7:40. I feel like I didn't get much done. I feel like I was running around. It was a bit of a hectic morning, so my apologies on that. But I always enjoy the company. Thank you for keeping me company while I work on this, and I'll check out those music things. And I will look into that hearse. That definitely looks like something I would like to take a crack at. There's a hair stuck on my shirt. There's a lot. I'm covering cat hair. I have a bunch of cats, as you've seen. All right. Tomorrow I will pick up. Actually, tomorrow's Saturday, Friday. I don't know. I'll be thinking. We were supposed to go to an oddities convention tomorrow, but tragedy has struck. The alarm clock. It is that time. But I will figure out when I'm going to do Monster of the Week thing. This week I'm going to make the YouTube channel a little bit more. I'll work on trying to make it a little bit more. Hey, this is a thing, not just a guy who pops in randomly. So I'll set like a schedule and I'll set a description. I'll do some work on it. But you take care. Have a good rest of your day, Possum. Anyone else who's watching this, you have a good rest of your day too. See you later. Bye.